Welcome to Mrs. Pete's Thrifty Living. I'm so happy you're here today. Today is hashtag Tea Tuesday. This is hosted by our wonderful friend Patty at Life with Patty, and also Tea Time with Pinky Jean. And I will include her information on both of these channels. You can go over and check and see what she's posting. And no, I don't have any tea in this. I wanted to show you, actually, there's my coffee with collagen and protein in it. I wanted to show you this. Actually, I'm going to have a few more to show you in new to me, or one of those times. When I went to my granddaughter's and her husband for a Seder meal, and you can go back and watch that. It was a lot of fun and a lot of enjoyment. Very blessed night. They had gotten it from his grandma. They had cleared out some dishes in the home where she lived, or I don't know the whole details, but they wanted to get rid of those dishes. And so Amber, they found out it was a whole set of gorgeous dishes. And if you watch my video, you'll see the dishes on the table. They were so pretty. Robert, her husband, said, "Come out here and look at all this. We just want to get rid of this." And well, I had to take a few things. They couldn't decide. There was cups and saucers. Some of them weren't matching. So we took this one. I took this one as a, I don't even know whether it's a, I don't think it's a true match, but it's very close. And look inside. It has the beautiful flowers inside. This one just says made in Japan. And this one has Royal Sealy China. It says Japan also. There it is. So I took 3 cups and 4 saucers. So pretty. I really don't see that I needed them myself, but it'd be good to show here. Or we used to have a tea at our church, some of the ladies, and they would dress up the tables with all this beautiful decorations on the table. Today I'm going to be doing 2 more of our first ladies. We're getting close to the end of these because we started midstream, and today I'm going to do 23 and 24. Are interested in these, you can go back and watch each one. I included the presidents, completed all the presidents in the series that I had. And then whenever I got this book midstream from Crinkle Path Carol, you can go over and check her channel. I'll include it down in the description. And sent me this. She knew I was doing this series. She thought I would find this interesting also. Today is Caroline Lavinia Scott Harrison. There she is. She was born October 1st, 1832 in Oxford, Ohio. And she was English, and her mother was Mary Potts Neal Scott. And her father was John Witherspoon Scott. She had two children, a boy and a girl, and she went to Oxford Female Institute in Oxford, Ohio. She was 56 at the age of inauguration. The years in the White House was 1889 to 1892, and she died in 1892, the same year, okay? And she had tuberculosis. Here is what they say about her. Caroline Scott was born in Oxford, Ohio. Her father founded the Oxford Female Institute, which Caroline attended. Her father also taught at a nearby college where young Benjamin Harrison was a student. He visited the Scott home often and fell in love with gay, artistic Caroline. The young couple married in 1853. Harrison worked hard to build a law career while Caroline cared for their 2 children and kept busy with church activities. After 8 years in the Senate, Benjamin Harrison was elected president in 1889. The family that moved into the White House was large. The president, Caroline's father, her niece, daughter, and son-in-law, and 3 small children. Caroline's son and his family were frequent visitors as well. So it wasn't just husband and wife and the 2 children. The White House was not only too small for this extended family, but quite dilapidated as well. There was serious talk of building a whole new executive mansion. But in the end, the legislators voted to renovate the existing structure. Caroline was busy overseeing the massive job of modernizing, refurbishing, and refurnishing the White House. She gathered pieces of china that had been collected by previous first ladies and assembled them into a historic display. She painted the design for the new White House china. She also painted new decorations on White House candlesticks, vases, and flower pots, and filled the rooms with exotic plants that she grew herself. Caroline kept herself very busy with these projects, but she was not the simply homebody that Washington socialites thought she was. She was the first President General of the Daughters of the American Revolution. The First Lady was devoted to art and beauty. She cultivated orchids, did fine needlework, and liked to paint. She was a talented pianist. Caroline enjoyed the social life of Washington as well. Her friendliness at the White House functions offset the coldness of the president often displayed. She installed the first Christmas tree in the White House in 1889. She became ill in 1891 and was soon bedridden. Caroline died of tuberculosis the following year before her husband's presidential term was over. That's sad. Next one. There goes something down the road. They're backing up down the road and almost stopping in front of my house. And more today, actually, I got a call from them, said they was going to be working in my yard, but a car, the neighbor's car, was out there in their way. So I don't know if they changed their mind and decided to come back, because I had no way to get a hold of these neighbors. I'll show you. This is through my window. Right out there. You see? Next one, Ida Saxton McKinley. Served as First Lady during the term of her husband, William McKinley. He was the 25th President of the United States. Ida Saxton McKinley served as the First Lady during the term of her husband, William McKinley. He was the 25th President of the United States, and she was born in June. She was born in Canton, Ohio, and she was English, and her mother was Catherine DeWalt Saxton, and her father was James Ashbury Saxton. Her husband was William McKinley, and she had 2 girls, and her education was Brook Hall Seminary, Media, Pennsylvania, and she was 49 when she entered the White House with her husband. She died in 1907, and it was uncertain the cause of her death. She is, look at that, is that barrettes in her hair or some kind of trim? Young Ida Saxton was a pretty and lively lady when she married William McKinley in 1871. She had been a Sunday school teacher in the Presbyterian Church and had worked for time in her father's bank. The McKinley set up housekeeping in her hometown of Canton, Ohio, and had a daughter. But several family deaths soon shattered Ida's happiness. Her grandfather died, then her mother, then her second infant daughter. The birth had been difficult, and after the baby's death, Ida never recovered her health. By the time her 4-year-old daughter died of typhoid fever in 1876, Ida was almost a complete invalid. Oh my goodness, that's sad. Meanwhile, William McKinley was advancing his political career. He became a congressman, governor of Ohio, and finally president. Ida had been an invalid for 20 years by the time she became First Lady. While many of her predecessors had used their poor health to excuse them from official duties, Ida wanted to be the center of attention. Dressed in lace and diamonds, she was too ill to do anything but sit quietly, propped up with pillows and holding flowers in her frail hands. The nature of Ida's illness was vague at times. It was said simply that her health was delicate. She had seizures and blinding headaches. She may have had epilepsy, which in the 19th century was a frightening ailment. Only her husband knew how to deal with Ida's seizures, and he was never far from her side. He even sat next to her at state dinners. Contrary to White House etiquette, when President McKinley saw a seizure coming, he would simply whisk a handkerchief from his pocket and place it over his wife's face, never interrupting his conversation. Wow. Ida would remove it when the seizure was over and resume talking as if nothing happened. That's amazing. Ida showed surprising strength when McKinley was shot in 1901. She bravely put on a show of health in order to encourage his recovery, but he died a week later. Ida returned to Canton, where she died in 1907, just before her 60th birthday. That is amazing. There's so many different stories here that it's just amazing. Most of these I did not know. This about her seizures and how they dealt with it. That's amazing to me. I hope you enjoyed that today. This has been a little different, and I'm going to look forward to showing you what I made for our budget meals under $5. That's tomorrow. I've got it ready to put together. I mean, I've already made it. I've just got to edit it. I took a quiche to my granddaughters for the Sunday dinner that we had, and that was awesome. We had it in the backyard, and it was a blessed Easter Resurrection Day. I'll look forward to seeing you tomorrow. If you haven't taken the time, and if you wouldn't mind, please like, subscribe, comment, and share. And I will be blessed if you come back tomorrow. And don't forget, Jesus loves you. See you tomorrow.